All right, let's jump right into it. Have you ever had that feeling where your English vocabulary just completely vanishes the second you try to use it in a real conversation? Yeah, we've all been there, and if that sounds familiar, you are in the exact right place. In this explainer, we are setting one very clear goal: mastering 8 Native American conversational phrases. But listen, we are definitely not going to just memorize them like some boring textbook. No way. We're going to use high-impact visual memory techniques so these phrases stick in your brain permanently. So grab your focus, get comfortable, and let's get started. Here is our game plan for this explainer. 1. The victory conversation. 2. A listen and repeat drill. 3. The victory living room. 4. Visualizing the idioms. And 5. Our final wrap-up and drill. Section 1. The victory conversation. Let's establish the context. To truly grasp new vocabulary, you absolutely have to see it in its natural habitat, right? In the flow of everyday conversation. Let's drop in on a guy named Ted bringing home some huge news to his mom, Susan. Imagine Ted just buzzing with pure excitement as he tells her, "Amber and I are going to break into the music business. Last night after our concert, a talent agent asked us to meet with him in New York." Now notice how break into doesn't mean physically smashing a window here. It means successfully entering a really competitive industry. So Susan is obviously thrilled. She tells him, "Congratulations, we'll give you some spending money for your trip." But Ted confidently waves her off and says, "No need. The agent is footing the bill for everything. And when we get there, he's going to wine and dine us." Look at how those two phrases are woven perfectly together. Footing the bill means paying for everything entirely. And to wine and dine someone, that means treating them to lavish meals and entertainment. Susan replies, "He must think you're the cream of the crop," meaning, the absolute best of the best. Ted smiles and says he thinks we sound like the Goo Goo Dolls. Now his sister Nicole is listening, and she asks, "Who are they?" Ted shoots right back. "You're really out of it. They're a popular rock band." Saying someone is out of it here means they are completely unaware of current trends. Then Nicole proudly interrupts with her own big news. "Our family is certainly on a winning streak. I was elected president of the Spanish Club today." The phrase winning streak brilliantly captures a continuous run of good luck or success. Ted, acting exactly like a typical sibling, scoffs. "The Spanish Club? Big deal." He's totally unimpressed. But Nicole insists she is on her way to becoming a full-blown diplomat. She says, "You don't get it, Ted? This is only the beginning. Today, president of the Spanish Club. Tomorrow, ambassador to Spain." Ted brings her right back down to earth with a sarcastic little smile. "Well, ambassador, you'll need to wrap up my chemistry homework before you leave for the Spanish embassy." Wrap up. It just means to finish or complete something. Susan laughs, says she's proud of her rock star and her diplomat, and boom, we have our context. Section 2. Listen and repeat drill. Time for phonetics and audio. Now that we've got the story down, let's build some phonetic muscle memory. I want you to listen closely to the American accent and mimic it right out loud. First up, break into. Notice how that K sound subtly connects right to the E. Break into, break into. Okay, next, foot the bill. Let the T and foot softly tap right against the TH. Foot the bill, foot the bill. Awesome, let's keep that momentum going. Wine and dine. Really feel the rhythm of it. Wine and dine, wine and dine. Now for this next one, ensure perfect enunciation on those hard C sounds so your mouth actually learns the physical shape. Cream of the crop, cream of the crop. Number 5 runs together so smoothly in conversational English. Instead of a robotic out of it, it practically flows like one single word. Out of it. Out of it. Try that one. Good. And for our next phrase, feel how that continuous S sound bridges the two words together. Winning streak. Winning streak. All right, our final 2. Keep the energy up. Big deal. Big deal. And finally, notice how the P so neatly closes out the sound at the very end of this one. Wrap up. Wrap up. Fantastic job. Your phonetic memory is officially primed and ready to go. Section 3. The Victory Living Room. Creating visual anchors. We are now transitioning into a really cool psychological memory exercise. We are going to use a Tony Buzan-style memory palace to lock these words in permanently. A memory palace uses spatial awareness and extreme visual associations to make information absolutely unforgettable. Setting this up is actually super simple. Step 1. Visualize your own living room, or any space you know incredibly well. but imagine it decorated for a massive celebration. Step 2. Place an exaggerated, almost completely bizarre image in a specific location in that room. Step 3. Link the English phrase directly to that wild visual. The stranger the image, the better it sticks.
Section 4. Visualizing the idioms. Let's take a walk through this memory palace.
Let's virtually step inside your decorated living room. You step into the foyer, and suddenly you see a giant, masked, hugely muscular burglar violently smashing the wall with a sledgehammer. He is literally trying to break into the room. You look down at the welcome mat. You are physically stepping on thousands of crisp $100 bills. You are literally footing the bill. You look over to your favorite armchair. A highly elegant waiter in a tuxedo is bowing, while a massive floating wine bottle pours a glass. That chair is getting the ultimate wine and dine treatment. Finally, you glance at the TV. Sitting right on top of it is a massive bowl of whipped cream with a shiny golden riding crop sticking out. It is literally the cream of the crop. You keep walking. Look over at the curtains. Staring right back at you are these giant, dazed, bloodshot, spinning eyeballs. They look entirely dizzy, confused, and completely out of it. You turn to the coffee table. Right down the middle is a glowing neon racing stripe. You touch it, and suddenly it lights up like a Vegas slot machine, aggressively flashing winner, winner, winner. It's a continuous winning streak. Next to it, the bookshelf is magically shrinking down to the size of an ant. But sitting on top is a giant, booming megaphone screaming at the top of its lungs, "Big deal, big deal." And lastly, your comfortable sofa. It's completely inaccessible because someone is frantically tying it up in massive, mile-long rolls of shiny holiday gift wrapping paper, desperately trying to wrap up the sofa. Section 5. Final wrap-up and drill. Let's do a rapid-fire summary. We have walked the room and we've seen the absurd images. By combining that conversational context, the phonetics, and those totally wild mental anchors, we've built solid neurological links. Let's do one final rapid-fire run-through to seal the deal. Picture your living room and say them out loud with me right now. Break in 2. Foot the bill. Wine and dine. Cream of the crop. Out of it. Winning streak. Big deal. Wrap up. Absolutely brilliant. And that brings us to the end of our cognitive journey in this explainer. The context is set, the phonetics are drilled, and your mental memory palace is fully decorated. So my final question to you is this. Which of these 8 phrases are you going to confidently bring out into the real world and use in your very next English conversation? Think about it, visualize it, and then go out and use it. Thanks for joining me, and keep learning.